Okay, guys, Michael Hyatt here. I'm back to talk about my Periscope gear list. Okay, and so I'm going to flip my slide forward because I'm going to, yeah. All right, so I'm going to show you guys this in a minute. Lots of hearts, great. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller platform, Get Noticed in a Noisy World. And I also do a Periscope here every day, Monday through Friday at 12:30. This one is just kind of a double header. This is a just for fun thing. I'm using my iPhone right now, so if I can't read your comments and your names, sorry guys. It's just so stinking small. Can't they please make the text bigger? All right, so somebody's calling in from Bermuda, somebody from Dallas, from India. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera around. You guys know how this works, right? So, and you might want to share this also. So swipe left to right, hit the share icon, or swipe top to bottom. I got to get this figured out. Bottom to top on Android, hit the share icon. I'd love for you to share this. Okay, so here's, I'm going to double. All right, so I showed you guys around my studio. This is my new video studio. I'm just kind of giving you the once around. By the way, that's my brand new iMac. I literally just got this last week. Love it. Love this. Retina screen. It's amazing. And I've got another, what do you call this, MacBook Pro for recording webinars when I'm broadcasting. And I got a little printer and a scanner over there that are all wirelessly connected. That's the Evernote scanner, which wirelessly connects to my computer. By the way, this has nothing to do with Periscope. It's just my office. I'm giving you a little context. I've got the blinds pulled because if I don't do that, then the light comes in and reflects off my screen and you guys can't read it. So I'm going to kind of step back. This is my Periscope little station here. So I built this as a video studio. And by the way, I will take questions here in just a minute. But hold on for just a moment. Let me give you the gear, and then you can ask all the questions you want, and I'll stay here for a while anyway to answer those. So I built this so I could do video recording in here. So we shoot, if you've watched the last two episodes of my podcast, This Is Your Life, we shot them right there. I was sitting in the brown chair. My buddy Stu McLaren was sitting there on the couch, and so that's where we did the podcast. I also do the
difference is that Cox can be open on one computer, and if I receive it over here, then you might not receive it over there. But iMac is,
for videoing,
if Dad received it over there, I received it over here, you received it over there, we'd all three receive it. In other words, it goes to our phones and everything else. I think with Pop,
is that better? Yes or yes? Great. Okay, so that's all that's happening there is that I have another MacBook Pro down here. And there's an HDMI
that's why I tend to rely on Gmail and
directly to that screen. And I'm using Keynote. So I created the screen in Keynote. And all I'm doing is displaying it up there on the Sony screen. So let me go back to this side. Okay, now I'm going to show you a bunch of gear here, but let me tell you, the only thing that's absolutely necessary, and by the way, I am using Apple TV, or I have used Apple TV for that, but I like being hardwired in, which is why I have the HDMI cable. All you really need to do scopes is a phone, right? So everything I'm showing you is optional. You absolutely don't need this. If I were going to buy something in addition to my phone or my iPad, what I would get is a tripod. Now, I use these same tripods with my camera here, so these may be more expensive than you want to buy, but I know some of you guys just like to, to get top of the line kind of stuff. So this is an Induro, I-N-D-U-R-O.
And all it does is close the IncrediMail window. It doesn't close the program.
And then there's a
basically have to
Manfrotto. You see this piece right here? It goes on the top of the tripod. And it allows me to put, and this thing that's holding my iPad is called an iStabilizer tab mount. Now this equipment you can find right there
Did
at
you have that thing paid for?
michaelhyatt.com/scope tools. So there's all the links to all this equipment that I'm showing you, /scope tools, okay? So I've got an iPad mounted here, and you can see how nice and big that screen is. Is that cool? Then I've got the same thing, another Enduro, slightly smaller one with an iPad mini. I think I may actually put my MacBook Pro over here so that I can watch the Twitter feed and take questions there for people that can't get in, but that's just Evernote running. And there's the outline today for today's broadcast, which I'm sure you can't read because of the glare, but that just gives me some notes to prompt me, and that's really fast. Then I do have this ring light, and I'm not sure who I saw it using one of these, but it's really nice because it lights my face evenly, and so that we don't have those deep dark shadows under my eyes, which are pretty unflattering. And yes, you can get that from Adorama or B&H Photo, or you can also get it off of Amazon, and I have it linked on Amazon. Somebody just noted that Shalene uses it. That's actually where I saw it. You know how I could tell she was using a ring light? And let me just see if this gave this away for me too. I could see it reflected in her eyes, right? So could you guys tell I was using a ring light? Yes or no? Again, the idea is just to light evenly. That's totally optional. You don't need one of those. Then I've got this SmartLav mic, which I forgot to wear today. Let me just hold this up. This is made by Rode, and it's called the Rode SmartLav Plus. And I also got an extension because for whatever reason, the cable's really short, and I didn't like that. So that's pretty much it. Now, by the way, let me just flip this back around. Some questions here in just a second. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, software tools. So I use Keynote, right? And I actually created a frame for the portrait video that you get. And I insert the video after I pull it off of my phone. And I insert that in a Keynote frame. And I use ScreenFlow then to actually create the video that you find at michaelhyatt.com/scopes. Okay? So ScreenFlow is a great tool. And so I just hit the record button or the replay button. I play my own scope back while it's connected to my computer with ScreenFlow, and it records the whole thing, including the hearts and including the comments. Okay, so what questions do you guys have? Any question about gear? I do have a wide angle lens coming, by the way. Somebody says, I love ScreenFlow. Yeah, we use ScreenFlow for a lot of stuff. Use it for webinars. I use it whenever I have to record a screencast of any kind. So somebody says, wow, that was Tina Williams said, wow. Somebody said, Michael, this is so great of you to do. I love sharing gear. Android mount? Sorry, I don't know. I don't use an Android, so I can't help you there. I actually think that this iStabilizer tab mount will display like a Galaxy Note or any kind of tablet. Are all the tools in your website? Yes, they are. You can find those at michaelhyatt.com/scope tools, all one word. How did you create the heart GIF? Let me go back. You guys see that? So you see the hearts that are going on that one side on the screen? Yeah, I actually found somebody that had created those online. I didn't appropriate. So what I did was I asked his permission, and he graciously gave me permission. I'm not telling you who it is because he asked me not to, because he didn't want 101 requests coming in asking for the same thing. But he was very kind to do that. Other questions? Has this been helpful, guys? How many of you are thinking about using Periscope in your own work? Somebody said, did you hire someone to capture your scopes? It takes forever to do it. Actually, it didn't take that long. You know, it probably takes me a total time of about 30 minutes a day. But my typical process is I figure it out. I go through all the steps. Then I document it in a workflow, and then I hand it off. You can bet that if I continue with Periscope, I'm not going to continue to do this myself. I'll hand it off to somebody on my team who will take responsibility for it. So somebody says I've been doing it for 3.5 weeks. Sajal says using a mic is crucial. I think so too, although I'm not using one now. Clay, do you have tutorials on your web for this? Clay, I'm afraid I don't. I may at some point, but not yet. I mean, honestly, I'm just a baby myself. This is like my 10th scope, maybe my 11th one. I've really only been doing it for a week. So a lot of you guys are saying you plan to use it in your business, able to make money with scopes. Tim asked that question. I don't think you can make money from it directly, but, and you're going to see this maybe by the end of this week, we're going to use it to build my mailing list. To me, it's all about the list. And so I'm going to be offering some opt-in magnets and some other ways to encourage you, to induce you to sign up for my email list so I can grow that list. Okay? Yeah, somebody said indirectly, for sure. Vicky said, Michael, thank you so much for all the value you bring. Thank you. So somebody said, my husband is making dollars through his. Great. Michelle, how does your ring light compare to other things like the Diva ring? I'm not familiar with the Diva ring. I'm assuming that's some kind of ring light. I don't know. I got this recommendation from my friend Jeremy Cowart, who's the best photographer I know, and you should follow him on Periscope at Jeremy Cowart. He's the founder of CSEE University, which is a photography website. All right, guys, tomorrow on the Daily Mentor, hashtag Daily Mentor, at 12:30 Central Daylight Time, I'm going to introduce you to my team because we're going to a strategic planning retreat. I might even share a few tidbits from the tools that we use in strategic planning. I think it might be helpful in your business too, but I mainly want you to meet my extraordinary team. So again, hope you have a great day. Make it one.